I just love pointing out the hypocrisy and the stupidity of these dislike bomb fanboy idiots on the internet. Keep shilling for multi-million-dollar corporations who could give less than a shit about them. So this video, I wanted to focus more on Devil May Cry 5, the special edition for Devil May Cry 5, which was announced earlier today at PlayStation's the PlayStation price reveal event for the PS5. Sony had a big show for that, and so this was one of the announcements during that show. And basically, it's a new version of Devil May Cry 5 that comes with some more content. Yep, as the title might suggest, it's bullshit. And see, the problem with this is the pricing. And so, what actually has been announced? What new content are you going to get if you pick up the special edition of Devil May Cry 5? Specifically, you get three things. You get a new playable character, Vergil, which I'll get into. You get two new modes. The first is Legendary Dark Knight mode, and the second is Turbo mode. Ray tracing, that's not a feature really, but yeah, that's the new content that you get with the Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. The problem with Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition is that Capcom wants it for $40, and that is a big problem. Now, if this was priced at, if this was priced reasonably, then I wouldn't have made this video. But see, another company did something similar early this year when NetherRealm Studios decided to release the Aftermath edition of Mortal Kombat 11. That was bullshit as well. But at least they gave you a story expansion in that game. As far as I can tell, and as far as I know, there is no expansion to the story here. Literally what you are buying are three separate things. Or are you? Because the main thing here, the main thing that everyone wants out of this is Vergil. Now, as I stated in the last video I made, talking about why the PlayStation 5 price reveal event was bullshit, which it was, the problem here is that Vergil, he's already playable in three separate games in the Devil May Cry series. He's playable in Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition. He's playable in Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, and he's playable in DMC Devil May Cry, the reboot that a lot of people didn't like. He's playable in all three of those games, and he pretty much does the same thing in all three. His moveset is pretty much the same. Now here they may update him and give him a few more moves, which is fine, but here's the thing. Here's my thing when I read this. Here's my point. If you're buying this specifically to play as Vergil, you are wasting your money. Why? Because Capcom is going to release Vergil later for $5. That's right. The character is going to be released later for $5 versus the $40 that they want you to pay for this. That begs the question, well, if Vergil is already going to be available outside of this, then what you're really paying for is Legendary Dark Knight mode and Turbo mode. But what is Legendary Dark Knight mode and Turbo mode? Well, I'm going to scroll down here. Okay, so Turbo mode ups the gameplay speed by 20%. You're basically playing the game on a fast forward option, which is just terrible for any game because it throws the entire gameplay off because everything is sped up. So I don't care about Turbo mode. And then you have Legendary Dark Knight mode. This mode was available in Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. And basically what it is, if you look at the trailer for this, they have put a bunch of different enemies on screen. They've basically multiplied the enemies that are on screen. And while that's fun, because I did play this mode in Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, while it's fun, it's only good for one playthrough. So like after you play it one time, there's no reason to go back and play through it again. Because Devil May Cry is not a game where you're supposed to have dozens upon dozens of enemies on screen at once like that. It's not, the combat system's not made for that. What this really should have been, the price for this really should have been $25. It shouldn't have been any more than that. Because you're only getting one playable character who's already playable in some of the older games in the series. Legendary Dark Knight mode is only good for one playthrough, and Turbo mode is just BS. And even if you don't think so, you disagree, are you really going to pay $40 for 2 gameplay modes? Because, once again, $40, you're not paying $40 for Vergil, because Vergil's going to be released later for $5. You're paying for these. And then you can argue and say that, yeah, we're also paying for ray tracing, but it's like, I don't give a damn about ray tracing. I especially don't give a damn about ray tracing for $40 on top of a minimum $400 console just to play this. Even if you're not going to buy this for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, and you're just going to stick with the original version that you have of the game, be it if you have it on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or PC, it's still $40. This is bullshit. Plain and simple. There's nothing anyone can say to defend this shit at all. This is Capcom being greedy and releasing content for a game that should have came out last year. Vergil should have already been playable because he was playable in the earlier iterations of the series. Why they wait over a year since this game's initial release to release this content doesn't make any sense. On top of that, in Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, they gave you Lady and Trish as bonus playable characters. So it wasn't just Vergil. Lady and Trish were also playable in Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, versus the fact that they're present in this game, but they're still not available as playable characters in the Special Edition. But Capcom wants you to pay $40 for this. Miss me with this nonsense. The video game industry, it's gotten to the point where it's like, what's the point of this hobby anymore? These companies try and nickel and dime you every 5 seconds. $40 for what? For 2 new playable modes, one of which is just ridiculous, and the other is only good for 1 playthrough at the most, and a character that's already going to be released regardless. Fuck out of here, man. This is garbage.